Hello and welcome along to Mondo Chelloveck Movies. My name is John, and this video is going to be a review and an unboxing of the recently released today, Zombie Holocaust. But first, I'd like to give a shout out to Dan's Movie Cave. I was invited onto his stream yesterday, had a great time with Dan, Carlos, and Jeff. We talked about the state of physical media today. It was a great stream. It was so much fun. We could have went on for another 4 hours. But I'll leave the link down to that video down below, and I'll also leave a link down to their channels. They're great channels. I urge you to get across, check them all out, the videos and the channels. I think you have a great time with their stuff. And I want to thank Dan, Carlos, and Jeff once again for welcoming me onto the stream. And I hope to do many more with you in the future. So thanks once again, lads. Cheers. So this morning I went up to HMV to pick up Zombie Holocaust. And when I got there was none on the shelves, and I asked at the counter to say, have you got any? And it took them a long time to find it. Of course, I took that well. But thankfully, they located it. Now, I always try and get these from HMV because I like to get them. I like to check them out and make sure that they're 100% good. Now, when you get them from online, they might be brilliant. I'm not saying they're not, but I just like to see them firsthand because I like to get them. As you know, I open them at the top and keep the shrink wrap on, and all of them usually have got that, and I like to keep that uniform. That's just me. So, anyway, Zombie Holocaust 1980. The title is quite misleading because basically this is a cannibal movie with zombies in it. It's got a bit of everything actually. It's got zombies, cannibals, a bit of adventure. It's also got some sort of a cult theme, which is a bit mad. And also it's got a mad scientist. So you get everything, don't you? This movie was a video nasty. It was on the Section 3 video nasty list, which meant if a policeman walked into a video shop, they could take it off the shelves. I think the movie was heavily cut on release on VHS. So it's nothing like it is today because this is a really violent, over the top movie, which is, more the merrier. Actually, when I handed it to the guy in the shop and I said, yeah, I'll get this, and he's looking at the back and he looked at this picture and especially he said, oh, I don't like eye gouging scenes. I said, well, you wouldn't like this movie. So this movie is an Italian movie and it's been previously released on the Italian classics at number 5. Now, what they do is when they upgrade these ones, they keep the same number. So if you wanted to, you could take that and you could put it in there if you wanted and sort of upgrade the ones that they upgrade. If you want to do that, I prefer to keep these ones as they are and buy the new ones. So this one here, what I'll do is I'll put some screenshots on. I'll put the screenshot on. The first one you'll see will be this release. The second release you'll see is the Severin Blu-ray, which is called Dr. Butcher MD, which is the alternative cut, which sadly isn't on here. You just get the one cut on here, but you do get Zombie Holocaust on here as an extra or vice versa. So this, for me, I think that this one is not a bad Blu-ray, but it's got its limitations. I think this is the better Blu-ray, but the print has got a few scratches on it. And then when you get to the last one, you'll see the same one on the 4K. So out of the artwork, for me, this is the best artwork. It's absolutely amazing. The detail in here is just incredible. And yet, it's such a good cover. Really well done. Ironically, the fella here, which is Ian McCulloch, he looks more like David Warner on this one when you see him up close. Although they have got the face of the other ones really good. So, as I do with all of these, I'll flip around to the alternative art. And the alternative art is this one. So the set has the 4K and also the Blu-ray. Great artwork on them. And so obviously when I put it on, I was really interested to see how this was going to look because this one's been held off for quite a while. So that makes me think there's been a few issues with it. Maybe they had it correct. And I was really impressed with what I saw. Now we've got to remember that Zombie Holocaust is of its time. The print isn't amazing. Actually, the print on here, what they've got it from, is a 2 perf Technoscope negative. I do think that star is HDR again. Now, in this release, there is a deleted scene, and the quality in it looks absolutely terrible, but it's not in the movie. What they've done in this one is they put it back into the movie. Now, I thought you would notice, because the quality is awful on here, that it would drop in quality, but it doesn't at all. It's absolutely perfect, and it's still the same in the movie. So I'll show you the screenshots now. Also in the set, you get a booklet. There is a booklet in the previous Blu-ray, but it's different. There's an R card there, and you also get this booklet in here, which is completely different to that booklet, which is great to see, unless they haven't got the rights for what was in this booklet, previously. Now, this booklet is just the artwork is just absolutely amazing. It's got some, pictures in here, but it's got a lot of different artwork in here. This movie, going back to it, it keeps going about zombie Holocaust. Maybe they couldn't put cannibal Holocaust because it had been done. So this movie was shot at the same time as Zombie Flesh Eaters, and it came out just a couple of months beforehand. And you can see they actually used some of the footage from Zombie Flesh Eaters in here, and also some of the sets. So, and some of the music as well. Actually, I think they pinched the music from this movie, which is great music. I think they pinched it from quite a few sources. That's the cover for Dr. Butcher MD. So speaking of Dr. Butcher MD, this is the American Blu-ray, which is going to be released or has just been released on 4K from Severin. Now, this set is amazing. Now, the good thing about it is, in this set, you get this free bath bag. And you do get this in the 4K. So if you like this and you want to get it, it's limited, mind, to about maybe 1 or 3,000, something like that. You can get it. If you want the two cuts, you get the two cuts in here. And when I'm comparing all of these together, I do find that this is quite a good Blu-ray. I do think that the print's got a lot of scratches on it. Now, what I think is, I also think that 88 and Severin always work together and share the load with these remasters. So I'd imagine probably that the Severin Blu-ray, 4K, will look exactly the same as the screenshots I'm going to show you in here for our 4K. So the difference between Dr. Butcher MD and Zombie Holocaust is quite a lot, actually. What they've done is, for whatever reason, I think it's for running time, they have put a brand new sequence at the start, which really doesn't fit with this movie whatsoever, but they put it in, and it's quite strange. And I do think, I was reading, I'm pretty sure that that face there is of the artist Salvador Dali, I think. So that's quite strange. But if you want to get this on the 4K, I would imagine the 4K will look pretty good. So just bear in mind this movie is what it is, and you're not really getting a Jaws 4K transfer. Also, you get a poster, nice thick card. Ooh, nice, nice thick card, nice thick card. Probably an outtake. Nice thick card, original artwork. That's that brand new artwork, which I think is one of the best I've seen recently. The audio one here is 2.0 English mono or 2.0 Italian mono with English subtitles, and it sounds pretty good actually. You get an audio commentary with David Flint and Adrian Smith, which I think is on here, possibly. You also get some brand new extras. Girolami Holocaust, an interview with Alberto Morani and Enzio G. Castellari. Our Life, Our Music, an interview with Giancomo and Eddie Delf Orso. Wow. And To Die and Rise in Rome, an interview with Marcello Avallone. Now, those are brand new. And also, you get Eaten Alive, the rise and fall of the Italian cannibal film. It just shows you this is more like a cannibal film. That's a feature-length documentary. It's absolutely brilliant. It was on here. It is on here. I was so glad that was ported over because that's one of the best things I've seen as an extra. So good, so well done. You get a Q&A with Ian McCulloch at the Manchester Festival and of Fantastic Films 2009. You get a restoration reel, which has a few before and after scenes, which I'll put screenshots on now. So for me, I'm more than happy with this release. I think they've done some great work on it. Yes, it's not a huge uptick, but it's good enough for me to warrant this being on 4K. Now, I was a bit concerned that the grain level here would be quite high, but it's actually quite good. I don't think there's been any DNR in this. I think they've just done a really good restoration on it with what they've got. As you know, the Italian collection up here is my favourite series in all my collection. I think everything here is absolutely brilliant, even the movies I've never heard of. There's not really anything here that I thought this is a right load of rubbish. There's a few in there that I think, oh, it's not the best of movies, but I get enjoyment out of them. Even Iron Master, which I've watched recently and thought it's not great, but it's better than I originally thought of it. So for me, I'm more than happy with this. I haven't watched it fully, so I would hope there's going to be no disc replacements on it because for me it looked perfect. I couldn't see anything on it, but you never know. There might be something comes to light. But the amount of time they put into this, I would imagine that they've dotted I's and crossed every T's to make sure that it's completely perfect. And don't forget to go and check them channels out that I mentioned down below. So, thanks for watching. You take care, and I'll see you on the next video. Cheers.